Bill Belichick is headed to North Kakalaka. Adam Schefter tweets out, Chapel Bill. You see what he did there? 6-time Super Bowl winning head coach Bill Belichick is finalizing a deal to become the new head coach at North Carolina. Belichick is going back to school. I mean, this is such a crazy turn of events. If I told you that Bill Belichick would end up coaching in college just about 3 weeks ago or so, you would have laughed at me. You would have laughed at me. You would have said, give me a break. College? It's not happening. College? He's not going to go to college. Give me a break. He's an NFL guy. He wants to chase Shula's record. And look, I was wrong. Many people were wrong because we did think that the Don Shula record was going to be important to Belichick. But whether it's not important or he didn't have a job to go to, I think it's probably more of the latter. If an NFL team was willing to give Belichick what he wanted, which is full control. Don't get it twisted. Belichick wants full control. He wants to run the program his way, no matter where he was going to go in the NFL. And now in college at Chapel Hill, again, he walked in and he handed North Carolina a 400-page dossier about what he would do and how he would run this program with a ton of things that he wanted from the university. And the university has ponied up. So don't get it twisted. Belichick wants control. He wants power. And that's why if anybody talks about Belichick, he should have stayed. The Patriots should have kept him, and they should have just gone out and got somebody to be GM for him and let him coach. That wasn't going to happen. It was never going to happen. It wasn't going to happen when we talked about it during the offseason months and months and months ago. It's not going to happen right now. And NFL teams know that. And it's very difficult to give Bill Belichick full control of your NFL franchise when, he's 72, 73 years old. It's incredibly difficult. Incredibly difficult to do that. I don't see it happening. And I think Belichick knew that. I think Belichick did his homework. I think Belichick found out and said, you know what? I don't think I'm going to end up in the NFL. I don't think the NFL wants me. I don't think the NFL is comfortable giving me what I want. And if I can't get what I want at this point in my life, after winning 6 Super Bowls as a head coach and running 2 dynasties in New England, if I can't get that in the NFL, then I'm going to get it in college. This is Belichick going out on his terms. He's going out on his terms because he knows he can get what he wants from North Carolina. And it'll be fascinating to see all the details of this deal. Is Steve Belichick part of it? I know we've heard that Bill is trying to get Steve to be his defensive coordinator, and he wanted it put into the contract that Steve Belichick would be the next head coach of North Carolina. Did he get that? We don't know. How much money is he going to make? I know that there was a story out there saying that North Carolina was willing to go up to $20 million spending at NIL from like the, whatever it is, 6 or 7 million. And so here you are. Here you are. Bill Belichick, next head coach of the UNC football program. I did not think we were going to be here. No way, no how. I said this on the podcast earlier today. I love the idea because now he will really retire as a Patriot, right? He's going to retire as a New England Patriot head coach. He's not going back to the NFL at 75 years old. North Carolina is his last stop. And so he will now go down as a New England Patriot, whether he likes it or not. And we don't know. Hopefully time heals. But I feel like this is what should have been the conclusion, is that Belichick ends his NFL career as a New England Patriot, where he was by far the most successful that he has ever been in this storied career, known as the GOAT, the greatest of all time. This is his opportunity to tie a ribbon, tie a bow around this and say, I'm done with the NFL. I ended my time in that league. I won 6 Super Bowls at the last head coach stop that I had. And now I'm moving on to a different period of my life, a different period of my career, and that's going to be college. And it's going to be fascinating to watch how this plays out. How will this transition work? What will happen? What will happen with this transition? He's got to look at NIL. He's got to look at the transfer portal. He's working with younger players now. I mean, there's a lot of different things that go into this. A lot of different things that go into this transition. It ain't going to be easy. But I'm sure. Look, Belichick is no fool. Belichick is well-researched. Again, he gave him that 400-page dossier telling them that he wanted to be the head coach. And he felt like he wanted to be that guy and could be that guy and how he was going to be that guy. And I don't think that you look at this idea of Belichick going to UNC without believing he's done all of the work. He's done all of the work. And he's confident that he knows exactly what has to happen here to be a successful college coach. Is it going to work? We don't know. But I'm sure he has talked to Nick Saban, and he's talked to, many other coaches that he knows throughout the college game. I'm sure he has thought about this deeply and how he would handle being a college football coach. And now we see if it works, but it's going to be fascinating, right? Younger personalities, the egos, conference play, the college football playoff. I mean, this is a whole new world. Yes, it's more similar now, college football to the NFL, than it's ever been, but it's still a different world. And we know Belichick likes to keep things as equal as possible in that locker room. He doesn't like overpaying for guys. He likes to try to keep them on an equal ground. Is that possible? Is that possible when you talk about college football? Is it possible when you talk about the ACC? Look, North Carolina is not a powerhouse program in college football. College basketball, yes. Can they get there with football? I'd imagine they hope that Belichick is going to be that pathway to more success on the football field. But this is an ACC program. And the ACC is certainly behind the SEC, certainly behind the Big Ten, maybe behind the Big 12, depending on the year. But Belichick goes to the ACC. I mean, if you asked me, if we had a hypothetical of a world where Belichick was going to coach in college, which he's now going to do, I would have guessed he was going to go to somewhere in the SEC or the Big Ten, one of those bigger star-studded conferences. But no, he ends up at North Carolina. So it is going to be a very, very fascinating situation that is certainly going to play out. And I love the idea from 30,000 feet. And he gets to coach younger guys and mentor younger guys. Bill Walsh did this. So this is the first time that we've seen one of the greatest coaches in NFL history transition to college. So we'll see how it plays out. We'll see if Belichick's successful, but what a huge story. Bill Belichick is now officially the head football coach for the University of North Carolina. What is his staff going to look like? Who's going to be his GM at UNC? Lots of stuff to keep an eye on now.